Hi, everybody. Yeah, guys, thank you. Let me just have your attention for a few minutes. Again, last week, I wasn't here. I was in Florida, seeing my daughter, my son-in-law, grandchildren. Bezat Hashem, God, you guys will get there. There's a special rule that they say when your children get married, shut your mouth, open up your wallet. So you could tell that to your parents in my name, in a nice way, not shut your mouth. No, not in that way. That was one of the rules that I learned when my children were going on dates to get married. And I hope I did it. Shut my mouth, open the wallet, and that continues after they get married. My daughter, when she was a young girl, she had to have every shoe that came to the market. She had like 50 pairs of shoes. So she have so many shoes, it doesn't matter. But that time the style was wedge shoes, whatever that is. I guess it's like high heels, but not really high heels. They call it wedge. Okay. But now that she got married and she has to spend her own money, she doesn't have 50 pairs of shoes anymore. So enjoy it while you can. You could convince your beloved parents to buy you whatever you want. But anyways, putting that aside, actually one of the things that I'm going to discuss with you is the importance of every human being. Actually people have done surveys, people that really not on the mood of waking up in the morning, or God forbid they commit suicide. Sometimes they think they're not important at all. They think they're worthless, unfortunately. So since they think they have no worth, what's the point to get up in the morning? So one of the things that or live in this world, one of the things that we're going to study actually, every human being. Sometimes, that we would see sometimes little children that are really 5, 6 years old. Their opinion matters. They could actually change somebody's life. If you look at the story, we just started 2 weeks ago, the book of Exodus, right? We all know about famous, prophet that we have Moses. Now, the truth is, there's a little bit of a background behind it. Moses had two siblings. Miriam was the oldest child, was the sister, and then Aaron was, again, the middle child. At that time, before Moses was born, when Miriam was born, actually, the oldest sister, the life in Egypt wasn't good. Actually, why was her name Miriam? Anybody speaks Hebrew? A little bit? What does mar? What does mar mean? Memoration. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. You said it right. Mar means bitter. Excellent. The reason why they named that child Miriam, according to some opinions, is because the life of the Jews was really bitter. That's when they started, enslaving him very bad. Even actually, putting the kids into the ocean, in the river to kill them. It was really very, very bitter. I personally never liked the name Miriam, even though, it's a nice name, because of this, what the Medrash says. Anyway, so at that time, but there's other meanings too. There's much better meanings to that. So it's a beautiful name. I just don't like it. But that's my opinion. Not you as a person. I just don't like the name. I'm afraid of that name. But anyways, what happens is when the two siblings were born, Moses wasn't born yet. So the father comes and actually divorces his wife in public. Why? He says, why is it worse to have children? The worst is that the boys get thrown in the river, they get killed. At the best, if they're going to survive, they're going to be slaves. I don't want to have any more children. So actually, publicly, he was a leader. Moses' father was a leader. He divorced his wife publicly, and many people followed. So then at that time, Miriam was only 5 years old. Can you believe that? 5-year-old girl. So she comes over to her dad and he says, Father, what you're doing is worse than what Pharaoh is doing. Why? Because Pharaoh is only killing the boys. You divorcing my mom and then everybody else learned from you, no girls will be born. Number one. Number two, again, according to the Jewish belief, you have to come to this world first. Actually, we face challenges, we grow up to be good people, then we have a share in the world to come. I don't want to get into it really. But again, if somebody is not born, he doesn't deserve a share in the world to come because he hasn't done anything. So it says Pharaoh could only kill them physically. He could hurt them physically. But by you causing us not to have children, we won't have a share in the world to come. Number three, because Pharaoh is a wicked person, he will not last forever. We have seen it in history, right? Saddam Hussein ruled only for 40 years or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Bashar al-Assad, whoever knows, out of Syria. Wickedness doesn't last for a long time. Or if it's for a long time, 30, 40 years, it will be end of it. The truth always, prevails. So it says what Pharaoh did, maybe it's not going to happen because he's a wicked person. By you divorcing my mom, no children will be born because you're a righteous person. So these are the three logics that a 5-year-old kid told the dad. What happened? He married his wife again. He remarried her. And then Moses was born. So from here we learn that actually a 5-year-old kid at that time, okay, she was maybe more mature than 5-year-olds, understand, regular 5-year-old, but again, made a big difference in our history. Because of her, Moses was born. So every single one of us, with the talents that we have, with the qualities that we have, with the heart, whatever it is, some people are blessed, they're good speakers, some people are blessed, they have a good heart, some people are blessed, God makes them rich, they could actually influence others in a good way. Every one of us has a certain talent. And we have to be proud of it and actually use it in a way to make the society better. Thank you for listening, everyone.